Today's Rapper Magazine. What's the haps? What's the haps? Monthly report. Definitely want to wish y'all a New Year's Eve, a safe New Year's Eve. We appreciate all those who be tuning in. Definitely all those new ones that actually, follow our page and actually just, kind of checking us out as we, dipping into a whole new area and, which we consider something that, like I said, is needed in San Diego. There's a lot of platforms out here. And shout out to all those platforms. I want to give shout out to the platforms that actually are taking place. Since I've been here for the last few years, definitely ain't nothing happening other than platforms. Whether how big or small, you definitely got to give shout out to those who are actually putting their dollar up and actually creating platforms for you. I don't call them promoters because that's a whole nother, subject. But those who create the platforms that allow artists to actually, be able to tell a story or actually get more out there than they could on their own and independent. So independent can only get you so long and so far, but you really do have to connect your buggy, is what one elder told me at one point, to a cart. You got to connect it to something that actually makes sense. And definitely, we just want to wish y'all a happy New Year's Day, happy New Year's Eve. Definitely, without further ado, we got the next guest. And if you could, we've been chopping it up for a minute. Definitely this brother right here has been, in my ear for the last couple weeks. Definitely about, the work ethics in respects to, how we've been putting it down. So I just want to give a telltale and document how that, being told to the world, or that which is, in respects to we can dissect ourselves. So, without further ado, pleasure to have
first
you.
of all, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I go by BUBBA TOAKS.
Okay, Bubba, but look, okay, you go by BUBBA TOAKS. What's BUBBA TOAKS?
BUBBA TOAKS is my stage name, you know what I'm saying? That was given to me, with my last name or whatnot, and the neighborhood that I grew up in, Oak Park, right there in Southeast San Diego, next to Fat Mart or whatnot, you spell it O-A-K, so that's how I spell my name.
Oh, okay, nice. There you go, boom. So it's subliminal kind of, like, yeah.
There you go, you know what I mean? Keep it up. There you go.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So in respects to that, so you're a San Diego native or
yes,
what?
Sir. Born and raised San Diego. I lived right there in the Oak Park for about 22 years. So that's my mama's pad right there. That's where I reside at. That's where I've always been at. That's where I'm gonna come back to visit my mom's on the holidays or whatnot. So
yeah. And before even this interview, you were telling me you had a few shows, you had a few things happening. If you can just give us an update. Because, it's already 2019.
Right.
So it's so funny I have you here. You're the artist that I have here to actually give a telltale about 2018 projects or anything that actually took place with you in respects to the artistry. What has been happening with you and what work have you put in, and what started you in respects to this music?
Okay, 2018. This has been a good year, actually. It's been a real good year for me. I met a lot of people, like yourself. I met a lot of different artists, producers as well, even authors, So I've been networking a lot. I've been working with videographers who've been helping me out as well, and doing visuals for me. I also released an album this year called The Initiation.
What is it called?
The Initiation. The Initiation. It was released on 5/4/18. 5/4 has respects to my neighborhood, 54th Street or whatnot, right there in Oak Park.
So with the initiation, okay.
Yeah.
The initiation. Everybody has their,
their definition of that.
So what is that speaking on? Because I don't want to.
The initiation to this rap game, the initiation to this music scene, the initiation to this whole, category that has to do with representing San Diego as a music.
Nice.
Period.
So whole. So yeah. Nice. So you're taking it on?
That's what yeah, for sure. I guess because I've been
So you're in it for the respect of it because of the initiation. Then that's what you're saying. You're basically saying that you're looking to take it as a holistic view, per se.
Right. You know what I mean? I've been seeing a lot of San Diego rappers and stuff, and it's just, I relate to them a lot, but it just hasn't really hit to the point where I could, agree to it myself or whatnot. So I had to do something about it, which I am.
Nice. So what is it that what you feel like? Okay. So now I can actually say you're basically saying you're speaking on your album. So what is it that you feel that, artists out in San Diego haven't actually been able to execute? Or what is it that you're speaking on? What you mean that, you haven't felt like,
I think they don't have it. They don't have the quality. Some of them don't have the quality or whatnot. They're in the music itself, not the lyrics or whatnot, but in the actual sound and the actual engineering, the actual behind the scenes. You know, that goes along with that. I used to record it in my closet and you know what I mean, stuff like that. But who hasn't? But I took
That's the beginning. You're
right.
saying that was at one point.
Yeah, right. And also, you know, me being from San Diego, also people, you know, obviously think or I might sound like a Chicano rapper or whatnot.
Oh yeah. So what are you? So what is your your background? What
I'm
is
Hispanic.
Your
I'm American. My parents, they're both from Guatemala, Central America. That's right under Mexico. So yeah, we're you know what I mean. I'm full breed Central American or whatnot, Guatemalan, and first generation here in the USA.
Oh yeah, nice. So the hip hop scene. What have you been engaged in respects? Because, you know, to have such an opinion, that's why I want to know, what have you delved off into? You know, as far as the hip hop scene, what have you been doing there? What are the shows that, you know, actually, you know, you've taken a part of, or what have you been a part of as far as, you know, the hip hop scene?
The hip hop scene. Well, I mean, I'm local, you know, at venues or whatnot, Diamond Gyms, the Cabin Lounge, stuff like that, stay active or whatnot. I try to, at least with shows. Yeah. And I don't see that at all. Like my favorite rapper, you know what I mean, from San Diego, Big City, Taylor Felony. It was hard for me to catch a show to go see them or whatnot. You know what I mean? It was hard for me to even just try to freaking go catch them. You know what I mean? Like catch. I mean, what they do. You know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of what I want to bring out more. Like they're more what do we call it? More for the public, I guess you could say, you know what I'm saying? More for the people. It's not really more for myself and for my own neighborhood or whatnot. It's more for the whole San Diego, you know what I mean? Eventually branch off, you know, Southern California and so on and so on. But yeah, I'm really trying to grow as an individual, and I'm really trying to my music grow as well, whether it's you know, cutting curse words, whether it's cutting offensive words towards women, whether it's, you know, cutting any homo or whatnot type of stuff.
Phobias.
You know? There you go. You know, stuff like that. Like, you know, nowadays you hear, you know, fuck you, fuck this, bitch that, and it's same thing, different. You know what I mean? It's just, to me, it's just different. My music is different. You know, it has an actual story to it or whatnot, and if you listen to it, yeah, you would probably agree with it as well.
So how did it go for you? So the release for the actual album or the what is it? The mixtape? What do you call it?
It's an album.
Okay. I'm hearing you say May. What date was it again?
5/4 day. May 4th. The day
so in May. Mm-hmm. How did it go for you? What is that feel? What is the feeling that you have? What was the some of the because I know people gave you feedback. What was the feedback from your fans or
the feedback that I got from the actual music itself from the disc was good, but the actual organization as the whole thing, because I had an album release party, I had you know, I had a freaking what do we call it, actual day, you know, that actually meant something to me or whatnot, and now I plan on keeping it that day every year or whatnot to release something, whether it's anything, doesn't matter, but I plan on that. That's respect to where I came from or whatnot, you know, because I do plan on cutting that out sooner or later, but yeah, they're gonna know what, you know
where it come from, yeah.
The date is released or whatnot, they're gonna know, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So that's the plan, you know. Like I said, I'm trying to expand and grow or whatnot, and it gets bigger than San Diego, it gets bigger than South San Diego.
So okay, so you spoke on, you know, production and in respects to the artist. So what are some of the studios, or what are some of the engineers? What are some of the producers you work with for this particular album?
For this album, I worked with Jazz Williams.
Shout out
Hookmaster Studio. Shout out Jazz Williams, Hookmaster Studio. I also worked with Manny Fresco at the
okay.
What is it called? Yeah. Black Wave, I believe.
Yeah.
Black Wave. Shout out Manny Fresco. Also shout out Cognac with KP.
Yeah, KP. Platinum.
KP Platinum Sound.
Shout out.
Yep. Shout out Cognac. So I work with those three engineers right there for on this album at least. Yeah.
How was that experience? Because you just named a couple people we're familiar with. Today's Rapper Magazine we're familiar with, especially we've been getting it for a while. So how was that experience as an artist? You feel
as an artist, that experience to me was very it taught me a lot. You know, it taught me a lot because it doesn't matter who you go to. It doesn't matter how much or what you're willing to spend on yourself or whatnot. It doesn't matter. All that does take place, you know what I mean? And you're going to notice that at the end of the song or at the end of, and when you compare a couple songs from different engineers or whatnot, you'll be willing to like make a decision yourself as well. So I did decide that I'm going to be working with a certain person or whatnot. That's another thing of the initiation, because I'm, you know what I mean? I'm trying this whole thing out or whatnot. So I know who I got to stick with, and I know what my fans like to hear from what engineer or whatnot. So, you know, and it has nothing to do with nothing bad with other engineers or whatnot.
You took it serious.
You're
taking it
just, you know,
for your career, for what works for you.
Right.
Kind of like, right?
Exactly. If I'm going to be doing something, I'm going to do it how I feel it's best. You know what I mean? How I feel it's best for the for myself. You know what I'm saying? And
nice. So would you consider yourself, I mean, it's, you know, it's New Year's Eve. Are you someone who have beliefs, or what is it? Are you just someone who wakes up every day off intelligence?
Oh no, I'm a strong believer. For sure.
So what is the New Year's? What is the New Year's?
The New Year's to me is new. It's going to be start new things. You know, bigger, better things. Of course, you know. Obviously, I'm right here with you, so that's already a real good start. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. You know what I mean? I appreciate that, as well as your wife or whatnot. You know what I mean? For the time that that you guys put into this type of stuff, and it's New Year's too. For this day, like, I've been blessed. You know, straight up. So yeah, I got to be a believer of that. You know what I mean? If I'm here today, so yeah, but I don't wake up every day just like that. No, I mean, I wake up, I go on my phone, open up that Bible app, read the first couple, whatever it is, and thank God for another day. You know what I'm saying? And because yeah, we're not promised tomorrow and stuff like that. You know, and I got kids too, so I'm trying to see them grow or whatnot. I'm trying to have them know that anything's possible. You know what I'm saying? Anything's possible. They could be a doctor, police, or rapper, or even president. Like Donald Trump's our president right now, so you know what I'm saying? Like anything's possible in the USA, and then it is. You got to connect the dots.
Is it safe to say that basically that's what you're looking, you know, to the music for? As is it per se a gateway, a vehicle for these particular you know avenues?
I don't understand the question really.
If it is it a gateway or something like, okay, say for instance, you just said your children.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking to, you know, teach and instill your children, this is where I thought lyrics or content actually came in. Because to mention your kids, then definitely if you're one person who actually is educated, you know, you may have your license, you may be fully equipped in respects of business and stuff like that. But somehow when you're in the booth, you're a totally different person. You're actually what I consider a mumble rapper in its, you know, holistic view, because it has nothing to do with the content in respects to how you lay it. You just go with a feeling.
Right.
So when I say, is it a gateway is where even though in person you're still instilling what you are into your children or your family and your kids, that you can convey it in the studio.
Right.
Or on the track or on the album.
Oh, that's my main gateway. That's my main gateway right there. Because honestly, I mean, I could be just doing some other stuff or whatnot.
Boom.
But I'm not, because this is my moment.
Because that's what I said. Because some people actually, and that's shout out all those who do it for fun. Shout out to all those who got the skill and the gift to just play around with the words, the ad libs, the metaphors and stuff like that. But sometimes you meet those who actually look to instill a few things in the listeners, their fans. And that's why I'm asking, is it a gateway? You know, definitely a way to actually communicate.
Oh yeah, for sure it is. You know what I mean? And with the success of it or whatnot, you know what I mean? That's a big
So that's the plus.
That's the big plus right there. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't think a lot of my past or whatnot. They think I'm going to be doing the same thing over and over and whatnot. And it's like, you know what? People change, people grow, and people, you know what I mean? They progress and they meet new people, of course, and they keep it going. If that's the mindset, if that's what they want to do, they'll keep it going. If not, then it's going to be part-time for them or whatnot.
Nice. And shout out to BUBBA TOAKS. There was an event, you know, Hugs and Bags. Shout out to Hugs and Bags. You know, been working with Hugs and Bags for a few years, literally, you know, it seemed like several years, but just from the beginnings of, you know, just helping and doing what you can. It doesn't mean you coming out your pocket trying to help people that you feel that actually had a chance and lost it, or they did something with what you gave them and then equate to what you would do with it if you had it. It's just giving without actually caring if there's return. Most people keep a close-knit circle because they expect stuff from you. So those who actually reach out to those who are random and that they may never ever see again, I actually, have a lot of respect for that. And shout out to Bubba Toaks for coming out, supporting and volunteering for that event. It's not nothing about high signing or the fame or nothing, but in respects to him asking about what I like to do, that's what I told him, and he actually showed up, off the top. So what is it like growing up for you in San Diego? I mean, I hear you. You told me a little bit in respects to your music and and how it was in Oak. So how was it for you though growing up? In San Diego.
In San Diego, growing up in San Diego, well, I had a blind dad. My dad was blind, so that kind of threw me off a little bit in every way. You know what I'm saying? In every way, emotionally, just mentally, in every way, it threw me off. So it kind of didn't really like. I was kind of left in shock. You know what I'm saying? When my dad was blind or whatnot, he was a victim to a car crash or whatnot. So that kind of stunned my growth. Kind of took a little longer for me to grow, to realize things, because my head was busy thinking about that, like why, and I didn't really believe in God at that time. But
so
now,
what does that mean? What does it mean not to believe in God at that time?
just having questions, you know what I'm saying? Not understanding, not being old enough to understand, just
because you're using it, and I get it, using it as a past reference.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously you overcame or you become, but so I just would like to just, give a little detail of what you went through, like a tunnel. That darkness.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I fell into addiction or whatnot. I fell into gang activity. I fell into a lot of drugs, stuff like that. But it's to me, growing up in San Diego, I think that's normal.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
That's normal. That's part of everyday life.
Shout out. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But to overcome that and grow up out of that is probably not as normal. But that's the route where I'm going. And that's the route where I want to go and expand more out of San Diego, because honestly, San Diego is beautiful enough, but this is all I know, and I'm ready to keep it going elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? Just keep learning new things or meeting new people or whatnot, and just expanding myself.
Nah, that makes total sense. And if you had your ideal event or venue in San Diego, what would it be? What would it designate?
4th and B.
Yeah, so 4th and B. What's 4th and B to you? That's, you're speaking of downtown. That's downtown.
Right, downtown, 4th and B. Last time I did a show there was 2011, so it's been a while. But the sound quality,
you got to feel. That's what I said.
Yeah, the sound quality over there, the stage, everything, and the actual capacity or whatnot. But more the stage and the sound quality. That's what I do. Wireless mics, of course. Stuff like that matter. Also, if you got 2 or 3 mics that you could use in case you do have a feature or whatnot, a song or whatnot. Sometimes they only have 2 mics, or sometimes they only have 1 mic. But they actually had a few mics. Exactly. So it was. I like that experience.
So standards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Standard. Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah, that makes sense. So that's your ideal. So what's your ideal concert? That's your ideal venue or actual place, and in respects to
And the concert. Yeah. Honestly, anyway, for me, my ideal concert would be where I could be able to, get together with other San Diego artists or whatnot.
Not cool. I mean, you can name drop. You can actually say or
I thought about Mitch Slick, Jail Felling. Those are the ones that I listened to when I was growing up. Those are the ones that influenced me when I was growing up. Mitch Slick especially. Going to O'Farrell Middle School. Shout out Family 3 Group 2. You know what I'm saying? That right there kind of just. I was already stuck into this whole rap thing because of that reason, you know what I'm saying? Plus, I grew up a lot of Bone Thugs and Harmony, Tech 9, stuff like that, Then I started smoking weed, so then I started writing music or whatnot. I got stuck, you know what I'm saying, on this writing music tip or whatnot, yeah, man. I would get Mitch Stick, J.O., Donnell Way, Adonis, like the new generation, you know what I mean, the next 2 or whatnot. And keep it going like that, but also not just keep it at one venue in San Diego. I would want that team right there to stick together and travel California, or travel fucking Southern California, or travel wherever it is that we got to travel. But I would keep a solid team to go places, because I know that team's already done the work or whatnot, and they got history.
You're saying they're going to perform. You're saying they're going to hold their end.
Right.
Yeah.
And they already got, something going or whatnot, and if they approve of it or whatnot, then that'd be cool. You know what I'm saying? That'd be real cool. But yeah, that would be my ideal concert or whatnot. You know, something like that. To have a tour going out of San Diego or whatnot to see who's active, who's not active, to see who's out there, who's not out there. It depends. Everybody has their time. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their time
for it. Yeah.
So, you know, it has a lot to do with that. You know, and fortunately, I had a lot of time in my hands to do all this type of stuff. You know what I mean? And I did this 2018. That's what I did. I did just that. I released an album, released a couple of videos, have a couple of features.
Shout out. And if you drop your links. Definitely drop right now. Take this time to drop off your YouTube links, your social media, whether website. Right. You got merch or anything yet, or anything?
I got a couple. Honestly, that's another thing I'm waiting on. I haven't had nothing official. I am working on a logo and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? To have it on shirts and beanies and whatnot. But right now, my focus is the quality of the music. So any money I do spend on this is gonna be towards that, and that only really, because that's really what everything else will fall in place. Everything else will come after. Okay. And everything else, you know what I'm saying? Like everything else will fall in place. But right now, the main focus is to keep working with who I want to work with and keep our schedule, you know, being available to each other.
Music influences. Who are so your music? You say you say J.O., you said Mitchie. In respects to today's society, today's artists, what does that mean to you? What does today's rapper mean to you? You know, when you think of today's rapper. Today's rapper, I think about 6ix9ine. Because he's out everywhere, whether it's good or bad, it doesn't matter. He's just there. It's just there. You know what? And then that's him. That's what he's doing, and it's working for him or whatnot, or works for him, or it's still working for him or whatnot. You know, that's what I see when I hear today's rapper. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. So you're definitely saying that. So basically, you're saying it's not about the opinion per se, than it is about that particular artist out here and out there and those outlets. Or is that what I'm hearing? Why 6ix9ine?
Because he's out there. He's out everywhere. I mean, everybody has his name in their mouth or whatnot, and they're trying to get something out of whatever it is. But you know what? That's why I see who's active out there. Whether it's negativity, positivity, doesn't matter. He's out there putting his stuff out there constantly, just consistently, just putting, whether it's songs out there, videos, or even just bullshit ass Instagram videos talking shit to somebody, replying to somebody, or you know what I mean, stuff like that.
Yeah. Ever so available, kind of like.
I guess so. You can say, yeah, pretty much, yeah.
So basically, they're not hard to find.
Exactly,
pretty much. Mm-hmm. Today's rapper, and for me, definitely.
Honestly, I don't listen to the radio too much. Yeah. Whatnot. You know, I don't listen to radio too much because, I mean, obviously, I'm working on whatever the hell I'm working on. But that I could be wrong.
There's a few. That's what I was say. Because definitely, there's a few radio stations out here in Dago. Actually, shout out to, High End Radio. Definitely want to take this time out. I've been working with High End Radio, for the last few years. And, they definitely gave us the plug. Today's Rapper Magazine gave us the, backdoor page. Gave us, it's just so much that's been going on in respects to the radio stations out here. You got Go Ham. You got West Coast. And I believe everybody plays their part in respects to, but no, definitely. Have you ever actually applied, or have you ever actually tried to hook up with any radio station? Or
I did. I actually went to this West Coast Radio Expo podcast earlier this month on December 8th. I believe it was at the One Beat Center.
Shout out,
and Balboa Park. So that was cool. Shout out West Coast Radio. They had a little event going, invited me, so I showed up or whatnot, and it was worth it. I liked it. You know what I mean? And I'm willing to keep working with whoever is open to work.
So you heard it first, definitely, stay tuned. Today's Rapper Magazine, What's the Haps? Y'all definitely have a safe New Year's Eve. It's counting down in, the West Coast per se, but just know this just new beginnings, and anybody that's willing to learn is going to always have opportunities fall amidst. So just be open, just stay open. Definitely just don't close those doors. Just when you're thinking it's over, it's just beginning. So just enjoy your evenings. Shout outs if you want to give them, definitely at this point, you can do that.
Shout out Curtis McNiel, what I'm saying? Today's rapper front page news. His lovely wife, and for the opportunity to be here and for this new year, new beginning, new, bigger, better things, That's what I'm saying. And keep God number one. Talk to God a lot, because he does listen. You know, he does listen.
Haha, shout out one time. So, yep. Thanks for listening. Yeah. Today's Rapper Magazine.